What does 108 years mean to you? Most of us can't even fathom it, but for Cubs fans, it stands for the agonizing championship drought. It stands for the longest championship drought in major sports league history. Not anymore. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good night whenever you're watching. I want to thank you for watching and welcome back to the Victory Lap. Now if you were sleeping or live under a rock and missed last night's World Series Game 7, then I'm truly sorry because history was made in dramatic extra inning fashion. A Game 7 that will go down as one of the greatest Game 7s in sports history. Two franchises waiting a combined 176 years for a World Series title, and one of those streaks had to be broken last night, and let me tell you, it was not easy. Now the Cubs got things started off quickly with Dexter Fowler smashing a leadoff homer to give the Cubs a 1-0 lead that would last a total of 2 innings. The Indians would tie it up at the bottom of the third off a Carlos Santana single to right that brought in Coco Crisp to score. Then in the fourth, Addison Russell hits a sac fly to center, bringing Kris Bryant in and advancing Ben Zobrist to second. The next batter, Wilson Contreras, hits a deep shot to center, scoring Zobrist. Cubs back on top, 3-1. The fifth inning was poppin'. Javier Baez, after having 2 defensive errors early in the game, hits a leadoff solo shot to put the Cubs up 4-1. And a few batters later, Anthony Rizzo singles to right to bring in Bryant once again, 5-1 Cubs. And everyone's thinking, oh, blowout, big win for the Cubbies. Not so fast, said the Indians, and Believeland got rocking. In the bottom of the 5th inning, with good base running and heads-up plays, the Indians would put themselves right back in this one. They had runners on second and third, and a wild pitch by Jon Lester hits catcher David Ross right in the mask. It fires away from him, allowing both runs to score. 5-3 game. But what happens next is pure poetry. Catcher David Ross stepped up to the plate after letting the 2 runners score on the wild pitch and connected a smashing homer to center to get back one of the runs. 6-3 Cubs. Now jump ahead to the 8th inning, and the Indians would not go away. After an RBI double by Brandon Guyer, Rajah Davis would get the place going. He booms a 2-shot homer to left that tied the game at 6 as we're headed into the 9th inning. Now after struggling in the 8th, Aroldis Chapman delivered a gutsy 1-2-3 inning to send this one to extras. But not without some theatrics. A weather delay added more drama to the setting, keeping everyone on pins and needles, but after a short break, the 10th would begin. And the Cubs, they just got their bats going. Kyle Schwarber gets a leadoff single, Kris Bryant hits a sac fly to advance the runner, Rizzo gets intentionally walked, and Ben Zobrist would step to the plate. He hit an RBI double, giving the Cubs a 7-6 lead. Next to bat, Addison Russell gets intentionally walked, and Miguel Montero hits an RBI single to give the Cubs an 8-6 lead. But the Indians escaped, only giving up 2, and had a chance in the bottom of the 10th. After 2 quick outs, pitcher Carl Edwards Jr. walked Brandon Guyer, putting the tying run at the plate. Who was it, you ask? Just Rajah Davis looking to make some more history. Hits an RBI single to make it a 1-run game, but in would come Mike Montgomery, needing only 1 out. He would get it the very next batter. Cubs win their first World Series title in 108 years. The curse of the Billy Goat is broken. Steve Bartman's no longer the villain, and the Indian fans must utter the cursed words, "There's always next year." So the good thing about this World Series is it was so very intriguing. The best team in baseball all year takes care of business and gets to the World Series final against the team that was an underdog in almost every postseason series they played. But they had one thing on their side. For some goofy reason, Major League Baseball determines home field advantage in the World Series on the winner of the All-Star Game. This year, that was the American League, giving the underdog Indians home field advantage. Oh, but they looked poised to win it quickly anyway, going up 3-1. Oh, did somebody say 3-1? This wasn't going to end well. After seeing their beloved Cavaliers make history by being the first team in the NBA to mount a 3-1 comeback in the finals, and after all the smack they talked to Warriors fans, would they soon fall victim to the same rhetoric? Yes, they would. And they did it in wonderfully dramatic fashion. So congrats to the Cubs. They're ever so loyal fans. You've waited longer than anyone or any team had to wait. You were the kicking post for the winners. You were the lovable losers and the poster child for "There's always next year." Well, not anymore. You're once again World Series champions. What does 108 years mean to you? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.